Chapter 1. The world is large. Get out there and explore it. Many people want to travel but don't have the financial freedom to do so. Other people are keen to get out and see the world, but for no particular reason, they don't think that it's possible for them. Perhaps they assume that the world is too vast and travel is too expensive. While travel can be costly, there are many ways to lower prices here and there. The amount of cash you save as you go along adds up to significant savings, therefore allowing you to travel even further. Travel for free is the ideal companion for anyone who wants to travel more but doesn't have the cash to do it in the way they want. If you're not someone who wants to spend their time in hostels, that's fine. There are many ways you can cut costs and find a cheaper, top-quality hotel to rest your head at the end of the day. It's also possible to actually earn money as you travel, funding your journey and allowing you to see far more. It all comes down to the tips and tricks of the trade, the things you can't possibly know without doing a little research and tapping into the brains of those in the know. When you search online for such information, you're bombarded from the get-go, and it can be hard to know what to trust and what to ignore. The beauty of travel for free is that it's all there in one handy place, and you don't have to worry about what is true and what isn't. So, if you've always wanted to see more of the world but are keen to keep costs low, this summary will help you start planning your next trip. Regular vacations can only show you so much of the world. Authentic travel means getting out there and exploring on your own steam. Chapter 2. Airfares are your single most significant expense when it comes to travel. One of the most significant travel expenses is getting from A to B, and airlines often turn out to be the most expensive of them all. If you can save at this point, you'll be able to keep plenty of cash in your pocket. Gabrielle highlights some of the best ways to save on your airfare, no matter your destination. While most budget airlines are great, you can come across the occasional bad apple. If you have never heard of an airline, be sure to check out TripAdvisor for reviews. Gabrielle. Use search engines to find cheap deals. They scan all sites to help you find more affordable flights. However, it's a good idea to clear the cache on your browser after you have searched. The reason is that once you search for a cheap flight, the site will install cookies on your machine, and the next time you search, the price is likely to be higher because the site is trying to push the urgency of your booking. Skiplagged helps you find hidden city deals. For example, if you wanted to fly from Sydney to New York, but the price was too high, you could search for a journey that had a layover in New York and just stop your journey on the layover. Remember not to book luggage, as it will go to your final destination, the one you're not using, and make sure you opt for one-way tickets so you won't be avoiding the rest of your journey by missing one leg. Try traveling with just hand luggage if possible. That way, you'll avoid costly luggage fees on top of the price of your flight. Some airlines allow you to stay longer at your layover destination, therefore getting to see another place effectively for free. Long-haul flights often stop to refuel at a hub city, and some deals allow you to stay for a few days with no added cost. Certain airlines also allow you to pay for an extended layover. Example, British Airlines will let you do a layover in London. Did you know? If you're traveling on a one-way ticket, certain countries will not let you in unless you have proof of onward travel out of the country. In that case, you can rent a ticket for 24 hours from Fly Onward. Chapter 3. There are many ways you can explore destinations. Aside from flying and driving, you can explore your destination or go from place to place in other ways, including trains, long-distance buses, and even cruise ships. If you want to travel by train, you'll get to see beautiful passing scenery, and this can be a cheap way to get from A to B, although a little slower than you might think. The website, The Man in Seat 61, is an excellent source of information on rail travel from country to country. Alternatively, long-distance buses are a very cheap way to travel. Thailand is a country made for bus travel, and you can often find ferry and bus combination tickets for low prices. Alternatively, sites such as Megabus in the US and Europe have super low prices, often down to $1 on pre-booked journeys. For short journeys, like from the hotel to the airport, remember to use Uber or GrabCar in Asia. These are often better and cheaper than taxis. Cruise ships can be an excellent way to get from place to place and see snapshots of a region. You'll sometimes be able to find a cruise for less than a flight, and you'll get food and drinks included. Repositioning cruises are incredibly cheap and mean that a cruise company is trying to get a ship to another destination before a new season. They will cut prices down as much as 70%, so you can take advantage of an extremely low price and get the same outcome. If you're keen on a cruise, sites such as Vacations to Go and Cruise Critic are the best options. What may surprise you is that a cruise can actually be cheaper than an international flight sometimes. Gundi, Gabrielle. Rome to Rio is a fantastic site that offers affordable itineraries and options for all types of transportation. You can also book from the site and the smartphone app. Chapter 4. Accommodation is always the second most considerable expense. Often, the second most expensive part of any trip is accommodation. Again, there are several ways to find low-cost accommodation, sometimes free, provided you know where to look. House and pet sitting. In this case, you're effectively getting free accommodation, and you need to look after a pet or the house itself. These home and pet owners want someone to keep an eye on things while they are away on vacation, and they will pay you to be there, giving you somewhere to stay for free. Trusted House Sitters is the best site to opt for here, as well as House Careers. If you do have to look after a pet, make sure you have experience beforehand. You'll need to sign up, fill out a profile, and provide references and a police check. Couch surfing. Couch surfing is a site that is basically a worldwide community of travelers. You get to stay in the home of a local, therefore giving you free accommodation and the chance to meet people in a new destination. It's a two-sided benefit, basically a cultural exchange, but you need to sign up and create a profile with references. Work exchange. Sites such as Workaway, WWOOF, and HelpX advertise opportunities for free accommodation in exchange for labor, often in a hostel or B&B or on a farm. Free accommodation via travel blogging. Travel bloggers with authentic, large followers can often stay in hotels for free in exchange for a positive mention on their blog. Deals on Airbnb. Ideal for short stays, but also available for longer ones, Airbnb allows you to stay in the comfort of someone's home, often cheaper than a standard hotel room. When signing up for couch surfing, always make sure that you check reviews. The site ensures the safety of travelers, but if you don't read what people are saying, you won't know what to expect. Chapter 5. Fund your dreams on the go and travel even further. If you're thinking that title can't be true, it can. There are several ways you can travel and earn money, basically allowing you to continue traveling further. It's a good idea to have a cushion of savings before you leave, but you can find jobs such as house sitting, work exchanges, teaching English or another language overseas, working on a cruise ship, rep resort jobs, tour guides, working in national parkland farms, volunteering. Volunteering won't give you a paid salary, but you will usually get free board and accommodation thrown in. If you opt for teaching English or another language, you will need to do an ESL/TESL certificate beforehand. You can do this online, and you'll need to cover a minimum of 120 hours for most companies to take you on. English is a very in-demand language in China in particular, but you may find other languages to teach. Earning cash while traveling means you can continue your travels for longer, but it's essential to have a small amount of savings as a comfort blanket, just in case. You might have heard of the term digital nomad. This is someone who uses the online world to build a business and be location independent. A digital nomad can work from anywhere provided they have a laptop and an internet connection, earning money from freelancing or their own online business. It sounds like there are no downsides to this type of work, but there are challenges to bear in mind. Despite that, it is an advantageous way to see the world and build your own business simultaneously. Any job done online will allow you to become a digital nomad. Still, some of the most common include virtual assistant VA, transcriber, writer, copywriter, life coach, and web designer, but the list goes on. The digital nomad needs to see their work as a business and not a job. If you do this, you'll focus and dedicate more time to it rather than being distracted by the fantastic destinations you're visiting. Chapter 6. grow your business, and travel the world. When you think of your business in a professional manner, you have a different mindset, and you're more likely to dedicate more time to it. While traveling, it can be easy to become distracted and neglect your work. Think of your clients as business partners and not your managers. Remember that you are your boss, but that also means you need to cover your bases, such as registering as self-employed, doing your taxes, keeping records, obtaining work, and marketing your services. Most digital nomads begin as freelancers, and many remain freelancers. Upwork is one of the biggest freelancing sites to find work, but you can also use Freelancer, Guru, iFreelance, Fiverr, and Project for Hire. For more specialized roles, like photographer, you can use sites such as Shutterstock. Gundi Gabrielle mentions a few essential tools you need on your digital nomad travels: a website and a good web hosting service, VPN privacy protection, the Pray app to find your laptop or phone if stolen, the Mophie app that gives you extra battery life, Mars Edit to stay on top of your blogging when you don't have Wi-Fi, Trello to plan projects and work with other collaborators. Every job will require specific skills, and it might be that you need to learn a new skill to enable you to do the job you want to do. Teach yourself or do some training beforehand. Conclusion: if you can travel, you should do it. As Travel for Free shows you, there are many ways to save money and even find travel aspects for free. All you need is the knowledge and know-how on where to look. It's overwhelming to plan a travel adventure when you're not too sure of where to start. You'll quickly end up spending far too much money and coming home well before you planned. You can keep some cash aside for emergencies and those must-do things on your bucket list by understanding where you can save. Of course, some people just don't have the financial means to drop everything and go off traveling, even for just a short amount of time. In that case, becoming a digital nomad is an excellent opportunity to see the world and earn cash simultaneously. It also means that you're effectively running your own business. That should certainly give you a boost of confidence. It may turn out to be something you stick with over the long term, traveling around, returning home for a while, and then going off again. Financial freedom has a habit of making you see the world as a vast place to explore, with endless opportunities around the corner. Many people travel the world and work online as they go. It takes self-discipline, but by putting a routine in place, you'll be able to see everything you want, plus so much more, while creating your business empire. All it takes is a little pre-knowledge and plenty of planning. What are you waiting for? Try this. Make a list of the destinations you want to head to and use travel planning tools to start making your plan. Identify whether you have a skill that you can use to make cash as a digital nomad. Begin saving money before you leave to give you a comfort blanket of savings, just in case.